Joshua Khanly, nicknamed Young Gun. He didn't seem very excited to be in our fighter interviews yesterday, Chris. He said he had a short camp, kind of felt like the world was stacked against him.
Yeah, he said he had to lose 20 pounds in the last 3 weeks, and that's a lot of weight to have to cut. Didn't make that 160-pound limit, came in at 163 and a half. And Sergio, I felt like Josh Khanly looked like a guy who had to lose weight quickly and was suffering the effects of it.
Hey, listen, he only had 3 weeks to lose all that weight, and it's not good for a fighter and his body to do that. And you can bet it's not going to be good for his mentality. So I'm curious to see how he takes a punch with all that weight that he dropped.
He's got that great smile that his father has, but Sergio, you were in the ring with his dad. What other similarities do you see between father and son?
Oh man, a lot. Not only in the way they look, the way they talk, but in the way they fight as well. They have that jittery power style. You know, they both have big power in their punches. You know, it may not show in Mosley Jr. in his knockout ratio, but believe me, I've been in the ring with him as well, sparring, and he can definitely punch. He has a nice long jab. He has a lot going for him as far as his reach. His father never had that reach, and Mosley Jr. does. And if he can implement that and start catching guys at the end of the punch with that right hand, he can be a serious puncher.
I want you to protect yourself at all times, and at all times, I want you to obey my command. Touch gloves, back to your corners.
So Josh Khanly enters the ring for the first time this year, with his last fight coming nearly a year ago when he lost to Stephen Butler back in December of 2022. What chance do you give him of pulling this upset off tonight, Sergio?
Very slim. What I do give him a chance is to make it ugly and hang in there and make it difficult for Mosley Jr. That's what he does. He's a slow starter. He's very durable, very sturdy. So if he can make it ugly, in a way for him, it's a success.
Yeah, to that point, Sergio, Josh Khanly and his team all said, we're probably going to lose the first few rounds. It's when this fight picks up, that's when they believe they're going to start landing some power shots and change the tide.
Khanly's been in there with some
Let
pretty
him go,
big
let
names.
him go. Punch out.
Most
Punch
notably,
out. Let him go.
Sergey Derevyanchenko, who he went the distance with.
No, there's no shame in his losses with Derevyanchenko and, you know, Julian Williams, Carlos Adames. So he has experience, you know, and if he could put it together against a fighter who hasn't really got to that level in Mosley Jr., but he's knocking on that door.
Right, I got you. Right here.
And it's been a frustrating, really, year for Josh Khanly. As recently as September, he signed on to face Terrell Gausha on the Canelo-Jermell Charlo undercard. That fight never materialized. So he's been in and out of camp trying to keep in shape. And as we said, just got this fight on 3 weeks' notice.
Well, Mosley said, listen, I just found out I was fighting him 3 weeks ago, so it's not like I have that big of an advantage over him.
I like the way Mosley Jr. is keeping Khanly on the back foot right now. You know, he's backing him up.
Punch out, punch
I
out.
think that's really
Punch
good.
out.
Khanly likes
Let
to
him
fight
go.
on his pace.
Oh, nice right hand from Khanly.
And Mosley Jr. is forcing him to fight on his pace.
And a nice right of his own for Mosley Jr., who's standing in the pocket tonight, Chris.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different variations
Punch out,
of Shane
punch out,
Mosley
let him
Jr.
go.
over the last year. He outboxed Gabe Rosado in a fight 3 fights ago, and then he was a power puncher. He took the fight to Demetrius Ballard his last time out. So, you know, as his career has progressed, he's really showing some nice growth.
And that, you know, really competitive and close fight with Jason Quigley, where it could have gone either way. But, you know, those are solid experiences there, even though he came up short.
It looks like Conley's got a cut on the inside of his eye, or right near his nose. See if we'll get a better angle of it, but he's kind of pawing that blood out of the way, and that's a horrible thing to be dealing with for perhaps 9 more rounds.
Yeah, he's pawing at that left eye. It's a cut on the left side of the bridge of his nose, but if that blood gets in his eye, that's actually really bothersome because it starts blurring your vision and stinging your eye, actually.
As if he wasn't up against it already, Conley.
Conley switching southpaw, which he does occasionally. You know, when you have a fighter that's so comfortable in there, you know, he switches back and forth. You know, not effectively, but at least he's giving his opponent a different look.
I never think that's a good idea, Sergio. Unless you are elite at doing it and you can count the number of elite guys on one hand, it often leads to bad results.
I agree. I mean, only if you're like Bud Crawford type level, you can do that.
We saw Michael Conlon get caught a couple times earlier today in his loss.
Yeah, when we were watching that fight, I didn't like the way Conlon was switching, and it cost him.
Congratulations to Hill on that win. And while you were away, in the corner of Shane Mosley Jr., they said, look, he's got a cut in his eye. Let's give him the Hearns treatment. What did that mean?
That must mean the big right hand and setting it up with a long jab. I mean, we have a fighter in Shane Mosley with a 77-inch reach. So with that kind of Thomas Hearns reach, you better use that long jab and set up that big right hand. That has to be what they mean.
The Motor City Cobra. Good left to the body for Konnelly.
Or the Hitman. Depends what generation, what decade. Yeah, that eye is swelling, it's shutting, it's bleeding. Not a good look for Jashua Konnelly already.
Well, he can't be a slow starter tonight. He's got to go all out here in the early rounds because that eye may not hold up.
And listen, man, he's throwing the right punches as well. You know, Mosley has to watch out for what's coming back as well. Nice jab there by Konnelly. And you can see Mosley Jr. trying to bomb with that right hand, but Konnelly caught it.
Well, he's got a bullseye to go after.
Absolutely. I would like to see Mosley Jr. Peck at the chest of Konnelly to set up that right hand. So you got to alternate the jab from the chin to the chest, even to the body, just like that. That'll open up the right hand.
You know, just walked over to the corner of Shane Mosley Jr., talked to Chris Catalano, who's in his first fight as Shane Mosley's head trainer. Asked him, what's the Hearns? He said, right hand around the side. That's.
Oh, around the side.
Let him go. Punch out, punch out.
Thomas Hearns wasn't much of a right hooker, but yeah, I mean, if that's what they want to do, that's exactly what they should do.
Well, what punch would you describe as the right hook then? Give me a boxer, your favorite right hook.
How about that punch right there? That digging down. Just a chopping right hook. Just a chopping right hook like that. I mean, not many punches really get you out of there with right hooks.
Shane Mosley most recently beat Demetrius Ballard in June of this year. 11th round KO. Or actually his 11th KO win. It happened in round 7. His most recent defeat came against Jason Quigley in May of 2021. But he's won 7 of his last 8 fights as Shane Mosley Jr.
Let him go, punch out, let him go.
Mosley Jr. throwing some smart punches. He's alternating nicely from upstairs to downstairs, and that's actually keeping Konnelly's punches at bay.
You know, we talked about the relationship between Mosley Jr. and his father. Several times during this fight, I've seen him glance down at ringside looking at Shane Sr., who is giving him advice from the floor.
Mosley Jr. has a tendency to do that a lot. He looks at the crowd a lot. And sometimes it's, you know, I think it's that he's losing focus or something, but right now it's, you know, he doesn't have his hands full right now, so he has that luxury. I see right.
Round 3 here, scheduled for 10. Shane Mosley Jr. and Jashua Konnelly, who's dealing with a cut on the inside of his eye, but it seems to be holding up pretty well. Nice job in the corner.
You know, Sergio, it's not sexy, but if I'm Shane Mosley Jr., I'm throwing a lot of jabs at that cut.
He should be, but he's not doing it right now. You know, he's looking for the big right hand, and that right hand's not going to land on a KG fighter like Konnelly unless you set it up with a jab. Long distance jabs, short jabs, double jabs. You know, keep them guessing.
Punch out, punch out. Let him go, let him go. Right, I got you. Let me have it,
Konnelly told us he believed this would be a 50-50 fight. He said, this guy's no better than me, and I'll show you. I don't need a full camp to beat Shane Mosley Jr.
Good counter left from Shane Mosley.
Yeah, Konnelly had this inner confidence when we spoke to him. And, you know, for taking this fight on 3 weeks' notice, and you know, with the fact that he's lost every time he stepped up, he had a lot of confidence coming into this fight.
Yeah, Konnelly seems to beat the guys he's supposed to beat, but then loses to the guys he's supposed to lose to. If that makes sense.
It definitely makes sense. Tongue twister, but it makes sense. See right there, Mosley Jr. is not popping the jab, he's touching because he just wants that right hand.
Oh, nice left from Konnelly.
Yeah, and Konnelly's looking for that sharp left hook. He's been doing it since the first round.
Punch out, punch out. Let him go,
Mosley Jr. stands straight up, so if he starts getting a little tired and fatigued, the later this fight goes, Konnelly can actually land that wide left hook if Mosley Jr. bounces back like he did right there.
Caught him with a right now, Konnelly, who's certainly having his moments. And he told us, I hope to God that Shane Mosley Jr. stands in front of me and wants to bang it out.
Oh, he's doing just that. They are banging right now.
Well, the left hook is Josh Conley's best punch, and during his training camp, his trainer, Edwin Ramirez, has been saying over and over again, you've got fast hands, you've just got to let him go, specifically that left hook.
Conley trying to close the distance. Not let that reach advantage shine for Shane Mosley Jr.
There we go. See how he's stabbing him downstairs now? He stabbed him with the left and the right, and he alternated upstairs right there, coming around the left hook.
Oh, good body shot there from Shane, right underneath the left arm.
The body shots are taking it away from Conley. Conley doesn't like them body shots, and if he took this fight on 3 weeks' notice and he's not in the best of shapes, it's those body shots that are going to take the tires away, the legs away.
Swing and a miss there for Conley, put a lot into that left hand. This is where Conley said, I'm going to start to pick up the pace. The first 3 rounds, we think Mosley will start quick, but then he'll slow down and I'll take over. Been a competitive fight so far, but one that it seems Mosley Jr. is in control of, but he just ate a massive left hand from Joshua Conley. Best punch of the fight.
That was a huge punch right there, and just like his father, this man can take a punch. Mosley Jr. has a chin on him. That was a massive left hook by Conley.
You can hear that thud all the way to the rafters here at the Toyota Center.
And the fact that, you know, Mosley Jr. is still not moving his head. You know, move your head. Don't become a stationary target. Conley's not going to want to punch with you. He's just going to try to set you up. That's what veterans do, man. They don't try to win rounds. They just try to catch you off guard.
Conley just waiting for his opportunity. Wants to counterpunch here against Mosley.
And he hides behind that left hand. You know, he does that little shoulder roll, James Toney style, you know. And he has a nice little right hand. So if he shoulder rolls and comes back with the right hand, followed by that big left hook that landed, you know, he could be in some trouble.
Let's check in with Chris Mannix, who's with Shane Sr.
Shane, we heard you offered some advice there between rounds. How do you think it's going?
I mean, I think he's winning, but I think he can do a lot better than what he's doing. He seems a little tight, but hopefully he'll start and let the punches flow. And I'm looking for a knockout, hopefully.
Took a clean left hand there at the start of that round. You want him trading punches with this guy?
Punch out, punch out.
I would want him trading punches with anybody, but whatever it's going to take for him to get to that motion of fighting, that's what I want. But I think that yeah, he needs to loosen up a little bit. He might be a little too tight.
Thanks, Shane.
You agree with that assessment?
Absolutely, and the way you get loosened up is by letting your hands go without power, though. You know, you just start letting your combinations flow, doubling and tripling the jabs. I mean, we've seen Mosley Jr. let his hands go, and he looks great. You know, it just sometimes he goes through these lulls where he won't punch and he'll stay a little bit stiff. But once he starts firing on all cylinders, he looks great.
It was interesting when we were speaking to Shane Mosley Jr. yesterday. He was quoting Sergio Mora. He said, you know, Sergio said it takes 10 years to become an overnight success, and that's the way I'm headed right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised you remember that line. I go way back with not only Mosley, but Mosley Jr., man. And this is a kid who's always wanted to be on top and get out of his father's legacy.
Yeah.
And he's doing just that. By winning, he's doing just that. I don't know if you guys caught that, but in the corner of Shane Mosley Jr., his trainer Chris Catalan just quoted the late great Nazim Richardson, and is telling him to knock the grease off his face, then swim without getting wet.
Why don't you translate that for us, Sergio?
You don't need to translate it. It means what it means, and you know, knock the grease off his face. That means punch him. Easy.
Got it.
And get out of the way.
Round 5 scheduled for 10. Conley's had his moments, but nothing sustained. A punch here, a punch there.
It'll serve Mosley Jr. right if he can start power boxing off the back foot, letting Conley come to him, because Conley doesn't have good balance. I've seen him miss, and he falls off balance. So He's accustomed to getting pushed back.
Good right hand slips through for Shane Mosley Jr.
So right there, he'll serve Mosley Jr. right to start backing up and letting Konnelly come to him with those jabs.
By the way, great job in the corner for Joshua Konnelly. I haven't seen any blood out of that cut in a long time. But right now, Konnelly's just not throwing any punches, Chris.
No, he's not. And you see, he gets frustrated at missing with that shot there. And you're right, the cut is not bleeding all over his eye, but as I look at it, that left eye is definitely starting to close a little bit on Josh Konnelly.
Double left hook.
Notice how Konnelly just conserves energy by not moving his feet. He just stays in the middle of the ring. He doesn't follow Mosley because he doesn't have the stamina. You know, he's maintaining that stamina for the distance. That's a true veteran right there.
Konnelly told us the way he wins this fight is that Mosley becomes unfocused as the fight goes on. And that's when we're going to take advantage, when he starts slipping.
And in order to have anything in the tank for that moment, he has to have some kind of stamina. So notice how Konnelly's...
There's a left.
Konnelly's not really throwing that many punches. He just wants to land the right punch, the big punch. And Mosley Jr. should take advantage of that just by peppering him away. A distance with jabs, 1-2s. Nice and easy. Double up the jab, land that right hand. Repeat.
Let him go, let his hand go.
Konnelly seems like he's trying to end it with one shot, but does he have that one shot power?
No, he does not. And you know, the only reason he's landing that shot is because Mosley Jr. is giving him that opportunity.
Right now, Mosley Jr. seems to have the comfortable lead over Joshua Konnelly as we enter the 6th round.
Yeah, but look at Konnelly right there, checking in with the left hook.
But he lands about 2 of those lefts around and doesn't do anything else.
That's it, yeah, that's why he's not going to win these rounds. And I don't see him hurting Mosley Jr. with one shot. Mosley Jr. can take a big punch, and Konnelly's not a big puncher.
Nice catch and shoot from Mosley. But Konnelly coming out with a lot more energy here in the 6th.
Yeah, nice jabs. Both of them exchanging jabs. Yeah, I like that by Mosley Jr. He pulled back, 3 missed punches by Konnelly, and he fell off balance.
Punch out.
This is Mosley Jr.'s first time fighting more than twice in the same calendar year since 2018. So he's been much busier. Oh, nice right hand! That buckled the knees of Konnelly, who's fighting back now.
There's a right hook, went around the guard. Konnelly got lazy, thought he was gonna catch it.
Got him again. Konnelly pounds his legs like, let's do this.
Got to be careful if you're Shane Mosley Jr. You absolutely did hurt Josh Konnelly with that shot, but he has some good power with that left hand.
Whoa, again the right hand, left hand. Konnelly showing us all his cards.
You can see in Josh Konnelly, the spirit is willing, but the body is getting a little bit weak.
No punch.
Sergio, what's a fighter telling you when he starts beating himself up like Konnelly is?
Well, it's frustration. It's frustration, and it's basically, it's machismo and frustration, but he wants Mosley to get over aggressive because that's going to give the young gun, Joshua Konnelly, a chance to land something back.
Konnelly taking his sweet time. Mosley Jr. ready to go.
Mosley Jr. needs to just stay disciplined, not listen to Konnelly. Don't worry about the machismo. Keep popping that jab, making him feel like he doesn't belong in this fight.
Got him in the corner. Let's see what kind of finisher Mosley Jr. is with 17 seconds left.
No legs in Konnelly right now. He's exhausted. If Mosley Jr. can just pepper him away and on the back foot, he can catch him with an uppercut.
There's that left from Khanli, been saving it for Mosley. Nice job by Khanli to get his right before the bell, but he's in trouble.
He's in trouble, Todd, but that last shot that Josh Khanli landed, that might have wobbled the legs a little bit of Shane Mosley Jr. Looked a little shaky going back to his corner.
Yeah, it was a sweeping left hook that caught him on the top of the head.
Take a deep breath. I'm gonna give you a minute to think about it.
I think you're going to see it here. See, when you're loading up on punches, the more you load up on power, the more vulnerable you are to power.
Wait, they're going to call it off, I think. He just told his trainer, he said, I got nothing left, and that is it. They will wave it off, and Shane Mosley Jr. will win this by TKO.
Khanli was exhausted. He had no more legs. And credit to Mosley Jr. for staying disciplined, popping him that jab, not fighting Joshua Khanli's fight, and that's the reason he got this TKO.
And it was a mess of a fight for Khanli, who Mosley seemingly won every round, but Khanli did land the occasional power shot, Sergio.
Yeah, and there were easy shots to see because it was a wide left hook, but, you know, Mosley Jr. dominated this fight. He won every round pretty much, but it was just one punch that Khanli was looking for. And when Mosley Jr. kept going to the body with that right hand, it opened up shots like that around the guard. And you could only take a certain amount of shots right there by the ear area before they take their toe and breaks you down. See right there, the legs are going, the equilibrium shot, and the only thing left is machismo, and that ain't gonna win this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 6, Khanli retires on his stool. Therefore, we declare your winner by TKO. He is now the new WBA Continental America's middleweight champion, Shane Mosley Jr.
Hey, listen, anytime you could pick up a strap, even though it's not the main one, you're headed in the right direction. You know, it looks good on pictures. You know, for a young fighter like Mosley Jr., that you know, he strives for that championship.
Well, he's 32. He's not that young, but
yeah, but to me, he's young, and he's still, you know, he still has a lot of gas left in the tank. So a little belt like that around his waist is going to make him feel better.